Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1985 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Dan Petry, whose record is 2-1 with a 2.17 ERA. And pitching for the Yankees is Stefan Wever, whose record is 0-3 with a 6.75 ERA. Okay, if you watched yesterday's ball game, which we won 3-1 over the Yankees, you know at the end of the game, the Angels made us an offer that was too enticing for me to pass up. I hated the fact that we traded away Alan Trammell, possibly my all-time favorite Detroit Tiger. I wore his number 3 as a little leaguer. Playing baseball, I've always followed his career. I'm just a big fan of his, especially being the MVP in the playoffs. And him being a great guy. I hated to see him come to Detroit as a manager and just suffer with those terrible teams. The one year they won 49 games. Really never got to see him be a manager of a decent team before he got fired, and the Tigers just did him dirty in that way. I've always felt that way, and so for me to trade him away, it takes a lot. I'm sad to see him go, but we sent him to the Angels, which is actually his hometown team, and I feel like he's going to probably do well there. But there were many factors in getting rid of him. One is that he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year anyway. 2, he's already making a ton of money. He's probably going to ask for more money. And 3, his ratings are just barely above league average at 82. It's not like he's going to go back up to an 88. He's only 27 years old, and at this rating, I'm assuming that he's only going to get worse before he hits 30. So his production has been solid this year, and his OPS is over 800. Which would be his second best of his career. So, what better time than now if we're going to make this decision to get rid of him, to try to help our team shed some payroll and maybe get us a chance to sign a pitcher. In the same deal, we also got rid of Glenn Wilson. Goodbye. No problem getting rid of him. He had that great year for us in '83 in our sim. And then last year he fell off the table. His OPS dropped by 200 points. And he's even worse now. And he's such an excellent fielder. And yet he's already made 2 errors. He only made 4 all last year. So the game has just already told us exactly what to expect from him. And I have no problem getting rid of him. Plus we save another $600,000. And he was going to be a free agent anyway. So the Angels thought so much of him that they put him in AAA. So he couldn't even make the Angels team. And he was our starting right fielder. In return, we got Todd Fisher, who's pitched very well for the Angels since we began the sim. He's only 24 years old. He is arbitration eligible. We'll get him on a contract that will be reasonable, I would imagine. And, if his pattern holds true, he's going to continue to be a good pitcher. He doesn't walk many. His opponent's batting average is below 200. The guy had 26 saves. So for us, he could be a closer if something were to happen to Dave Smith. You get the picture. We trade away two good players for a relief pitcher. But, he could definitely help us now and in the future. And we also threw in Freddie Martinez, who I don't care about. He'll be in AAA. I'm sure he'll get a September call-up. Now, if you look at our roster, we'll come back to this here. That means with Glenn Wilson being gone, Kevin Bass will have to play right field for now, and he's not doing well. He had the one big hit this year in which he walked us off with a home run. That was great. And he's actually been good for us in the sim so far, playing in limited duty. But he's off to a bad start. He's going to get the regular right field opportunity, but if he doesn't come through, I went to the free agent list and I picked up Dwayne Murphy, who is great defensively. He has a great arm, lots of range, still has average power, and he takes a lot of walks, and he has okay speed. Not a contact hitter, but you know what? I don't really need him to be anything other than a fourth outfielder or a player who we can maybe platoon with Kevin Bass, who's a switch hitter. Maybe we figure out which lefty or righty Kevin Bass hits better against. Hopefully, as he hits better against lefties, and we can let Dwayne Murphy bat versus righties. So we'll figure it out. We had originally called up Eddie Miller, but I mean, what are we going to do with Eddie Miller? Nothing. We'll leave him as a fifth or sixth outfield option in AAA. So that's what we did with our roster. We made the trade. We picked up Dwayne Murphy off the scrap heap, and we'll keep him on the bench and see if we can't make that work for us. And Todd Fisher will go in to be our right-handed setup guy. We'll push Montgomery back to short relief. Gumpy will go to middle relief. And we'll make the best of it. Now, I did go and look to see if we could get Teddy Higuera from the Milwaukee Brewers. And, come on, game. Here we go. There's Teddy Higuera. He's on the trade block. They might trade him. So I tried to work a deal with the players that we had. Naturally, if you're a pitcher like Higuera with a rating that's right around 90, you're going to have to give them enough play. Like, I mean, who do we have that's available that could take over? A rating equal to Teddy Higuera. Well, Barry Larkin is the only player we have that in the 90s. That might be a one-for-one trade, but we just traded away Trammell. So we need Larkin to play shortstop now every day. Anyway, to cut to the chase, the only deal that they would take for Teddy Higuera was for me to trade David Cone and Danny Jackson. So two starters who are young, who are still on minor league deals, who have not even gone to arbitration yet, for a pitcher who is making $2.6 million, which we have the room to cover, and is a free agent at the end of the year. So we're going to have to pay him again. And I just can't, you guys tell me what you think. I just don't think that's a fair deal for us to make. Now, if I wanted to win right now for this year, for the channel, for the Brainiac Baseball channel, I would make that trade happen. But even though this is the last year we're going to play this sim with the Tigers, I do plan on playing this game beyond this. And I just feel like I can do more with Cone and with Danny Jackson on a long-term thing than I could with Teddy Higuera. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to have to think it through. So tell me what you think, if you think that's a good deal to get rid of two young, cheap pitchers, David Cone and Danny Jackson, a lefty and a righty, for Teddy Higuera, who's going to cost us a lot of money long term. Okay, so we're skipping Cone in the rotation and going right to Dan Petry. So Petry gets the start today. He's had some success versus the Yankees. And all of our bullpen is available. Here's our lineup versus Stefan Wever, who's 0-3 this year. That is not the Wever we are familiar with. And this is our new go-to lineup versus righties. Gibby is playing so poorly right now. We've dropped him to the number 6 spot. And Terry Kennedy leading our team in RBI. Let's make him a cleanup hitter. See what he does. Rusty Tillman's going to be our DH now, probably permanently. And Bass will be in right. And the struggling Lou Whitaker will be in the number 8 spot. Barry Larkin will bat 9th. Okay, let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown. Look at all the batters under 200 in this lineup now. Batting leadoff in center field is Willie Wilson. Batting second at first base, oh my goodness, is Kenny Smith. Batting third at third base is George Brett. Batting cleanup and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting fifth and DHing is Rusty Tillman. Batting sixth in left field is Kirk GIBSON. Batting seventh in right field is Kevin Bass. Batting eighth at second base is Sweet Blue Whitaker. And batting ninth at shortstop is Barry Larkin. Okay, let's take a look here at Stefan Wever. You can see that he's been nothing but lights out until this season. And maybe he finally hit his threshold with Baseball Mogul, because he's 0-3 with a 6.75 ERA, despite having a career ERA at 2.85. More walks than strikeouts, that's never good. And opponents are batting 2.89 against him. No complete games yet this year. His fastball tops out at 92 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 47.4%. He's got two very good pitches, a changeup and a fastball. Overall rated an 89. The 27-year-old righty making right around $2 million through the 1987 season. Here is his log. We faced him back on April 2nd, and he took the loss. He gave up 6 runs in that ball game in 5 2/3 innings. He's given up 6, 6, 2, 8, and 5. So he's just not been good this year. And at some point, the game's going to set him straight, I would think. We'll take a look at the defense for the Yankees. It appears to be the same lineup as yesterday. Everybody here is good defensively, except for Worth at first, who made an error yesterday, and in right field is TARTABULL, who threw out a base runner at second. Behind the plate is Ron HASSEY with that below-average arm. He threw out Willie Wilson yesterday, so I have no idea. Let's go ahead and get today's game started. It is Willie Wilson leading it off versus Stefan Wever, batting .352 versus right-handers. Smacks it. I thought that was going to get through. Unfortunately, Willie Randolph cuts it off and makes the play. So, one down. Next man up is Kenny Smith. May as well put him in the number 2 spot. He cannot hit right now, but he does get on base via the walk. Full count, and there he is. Gets the free pass. Smith on first for George Brett. Brett is the most consistent player we have, but we know exactly what we're going to get with George Brett. And he takes the ball for it. Working a 9-pitch walk. It's first and second with 1 out. And here's our best hitter, Terry Kennedy. I think he's got a 74 overall rating, and he continues to bat well over 300 with power and clutchness. There's a ground ball to third. That could be a double play. It is. And that will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look here at the Yankees official lineup for today. Batting leadoff in center field is Otis NIXON. Batting second at second base is Willie Randolph. Batting third at third base is Fritzie CONNALLY. Batting cleanup in right field is Danny TARTABULL. Batting fifth and DHing is Nelson Simmons. Batting sixth in left field is Steve KEMP. Batting seventh at first base is Dennis WERTH. Batting eighth and catching is Ron HASSEY. And batting ninth is the Wizard, Ozzie Smith, at shortstop. Okay, Dan Petry. He's off to a pretty good start. He's 2-1 with a 2.17 ERA, 14 strikeouts in 29 innings pitched. Opponents are batting only 186 against him. He's already hit 3 batters. Fastball topping out 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46.4%. He's got 4 pitches, 2 above average, and 2 just below league average. So 4 pitches in his arsenal he can rely on. Overall rated an 86. The 26-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of next year. Here's his log. Now against the Yankees, he got the opening day start, and he went 7 innings, giving up 3 runs. walking 2, striking out 4. That is his only loss of the year. He's pitched really well in every start. And I have no reason to believe they won't stay at this level. At some point, he's going to get crushed. I guess I have a feeling. Okay, look at our defense here. It's, again, a little bit more... well, I mean, I don't know. Like, we have a great defense. We always make a ton of errors. I mean, a step down at short now with Larkin defensively. And Bass in right field is capable. Brett's going to have to be our third baseman from now on. And Kenny Smith at first. So, I mean, this is what we're going to have to go with. Behind the plate is Kennedy. And he's got a below-average arm. Otis Nixon leading it off versus Dan Petry. 2-0 count to Nixon. A blooper into left center field. Can Gibson get there? It does not. Nixon finds a hole, and I bet you he will be going. Here's Willie Randolph for his pitch going. Nixon. His 18th stolen base, leading the American League. Runner in scoring position and an 0-1 count to Randolph. Randolph popping it up. I guess this is just of note. Willie Randolph's Topps traded card from 1976 just jumped up in value from $5 to $20. I have one in my collection, and I went out and bought one more yesterday or 2 days ago. I paid $2 for it, and it's worth $20. So, if you are a sports card collector, and you're watching this within a couple of days of me making this video, you should go out and get that card. Anything under $5 is a good deal. Nixon steals third. That pretty much all of the guarantees he's scoring. We'll pull the infield in against Fritzie. Connally batting .250 with a couple of home runs. Popping it up into foul territory on the third base side. Play made by Barrett. Nixon on third. We'll play regular depth with Danny TARTABULL. This is where I wish we had a strikeout pitcher. 1-1 count. Fly ball to left. There's out number 3. Nixon trying to manufacture a run on his own. We go to the top of the second inning. No score. Here's Rusty Tillman. As I said, I think he's going to be our standard DH as he pops out to third. Connally making the catch. Gibby dropping him down the lineup, lines out to left field. No hits yet for the Tigers, but those 2 walks, so you kind of know how the game's going to go. And Kevin Bass pops it up. Yeah, we just have no hitters. It's so frustrating right now. Bottom of the second, here is Nelson Simmons. Ripped to first. Kenny Smith will make the play. 1 down for Kemp. And Kemp strikes out. There's the first victim for Petry. 2 down, and Dennis Worth strikes out on the curveball. A nice 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the third, and Sweet Lou will lead it off. 6 for 18 in his career versus Wever. The ground ball to short. Ozzie. Probably never make an error. Let's see how many errors does he have this year. None. Oh, wait. No, he's got 3. Wow, he's actually started at third base and second base already this year. And last year he played right field and left field too. That's insane. 11 errors last year, 3 this year. Here's Barry Larkin taking over the everyday duties as shortstop. He's a Hall of Famer. Ground ball to second. And we go through the lineup the first time without getting a hit. That's a bad, bad sign. And Wilson will fly out to center. Moving on to the bottom of the third. Ron HASSEY leading it off. Batting .339. Ground ball into the hole. Larkin makes the play. Ozzie Smith grounding out to first. We have ourselves a pitcher's duel. And once again, NIXON with a base hit. So he's 2 for 2 today, and he's got 2 stolen bases. That's a little early to guard the Lions, but we'll do it. We don't want NIXON scoring from first if we can avoid it. And he steals second. Third stolen base for NIXON. 0-1 count to Randolph, full count. And he strikes out looking. Petry. Really, it has become our ace. It's kind of amazing. Considering where he's come from. Couldn't stay healthy. Couldn't get an out. Smith grounding out to short. 1 down. George Brett with the ground ball to the Wizard. 2 outs for Kennedy, and Kennedy ground ball to third. Man, we are in real trouble. This team is not good. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think, I've never considered Trammell a catalyst, but maybe having him gone will make a difference offensively. Petry walks his first batter, and it's a leadoff man, so that's always a bad sign. TARTABULL with the ground ball to third. Can we go around the horn? No. Yeah, we're going to suffer defensively in the infield. Runner in scoring position for Simmons. Ground ball to Larkin. And CONNALLY with a 69 speed somehow goes to third. This feels like a pass ball wild pitch situation. KEMP is clutch. 1-1. And a line drive to left. If we could just get anybody on base, that would be nice. Give us a chance. I mean, Wever, this is how it works. We saw this with Jimmy Key. We saw this with Dave Steeb. Terrible start to the year. Once they get to us, they pitch the game of their career. So there's nothing we can do here but just push the button and suffer the consequences of the game. Tillman pops out. Baby Brown's out. Kevin Bass walks. We may as well try to steal. Bass, not something he's great at, but what do we have to lose? Bottom of the fifth. Worth up against the wall for a double. Fifth double of the year. HASSEY. Ground ball to short. Worth. Why is Worth? I don't understand why he would be going. The ball's hit in front of him. You'd never go when the ball's hit in front of you. This game has no idea what it's doing. We'll pull the infield in for Ozzie. 0-1 count. And it's 1-0. There was never anything we were going to do to stop that. Will Ozzie be going? That is the question. We'll pull third base in case NIXON wants to lay down a bunt. Oh, no. All right. Well, this game is over officially. We'll just play it out. CONNALLY flying up to right center. Well, all we can do is hope to get a hit. That's the fourth walk. No strikeouts, no hit. I mean, this game sucks so bad. Let's try to hit and run. There's our first hit. First and third, nobody out. We're going to go on contact. The ground ball should tie the ball game. There we go. That'll get Whitaker in. Just like that. We'll try to steal again. Why not? Fuck this game. Why is it that Willie Wilson cannot steal anymore? He's 9 for 17. He has as many caught stealings as he had last year. This game blows. TARTABULL with the ground ball to first. SIMMONS with a ground ball to short. How are they 4 for 4 with stolen bases and we're 0 for 2? TK. Rusty Tillman. That might be a blooper. Yeah, we don't get a hit unless it's 2 outs. And he gets thrown out at second by the worst defender in the game. There's no way to win. Petry's had 100 pitches. Good job by Petry today. I'll take a drink of my coffee. I mean, it is exactly the Jim Key, Dave Steve thing with Wever. He's been terrible all year. The only way he's going to be good is when you play in one pitch mode. First strikeout. Kevin Bass now batting 138. But Whitaker strikes out. Well, we'll bring in Todd Fisher to make his Tiger debut. Let's take a look at him. You see he's been in 4 games so far this year for the Angels, where he was 0-1 with a 2.84 ERA, 8 strikeouts and 6 1/3. You love that. We like the walk to strikeout ratio in the past. Well, I guess last year. Well, look at this. He went 8-5, 16-17. Then you can see the improvement. So what is the real him? Who knows? Fastball topping out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 42.3. 2 pitches at league average or better. Overall rated in 84. The 24-year-old righty, as we mentioned, is arbitration eligible at the end of the season. All right, we got to keep Otis NIXON off the base path. We'll take a look at the in-game stats. TARTABULL popping it up. Error? Error. Nope. All right, we go to the 9th inning. The dumbest game of the year. That's saying a lot. And Wever walks Larkin. We'll hit and run. Oh, ground ball base hit that gets past the Wizard. Oh, hit and runs on, and Larkin stops at second. Great job, game. We got to let Kenny Smith at least see the pitches. He might walk. Yep. Bases are loaded. Nobody out for George Brett. Thank goodness for George Brett. Batters will be moving. I mean, base runners will be moving. And he walks in the go-ahead run. What a friggin' waste of a game. Now, Kirk Kaufman, I think, is their closer. Is he not? He's pitching terrible. No saves. 2 blueies this year. After, I mean, basically being the Yankees closer for 3 consecutive seasons. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Ground ball percentage is 47.5%. Fastball's rated at 97. Overall rated at 87. The 27-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of next year. Okay, still nobody out. Terry Kennedy, full count. Fly ball to right. Wilson will tag on his own and score. Smith will go to third. 3-1. Let's see if Rusty Tillman can give us a sac fly. The sac fly never works. It turns into a double play. Oh, that might actually get it done. That's like the first time all year it's worked. It's 4-1. We do not deserve to win this game. We may not win this game. All right, you get 3 in the 9th inning. We go to the bottom half, and we're going to bring in our closer. Todd Fisher might get the win in his very first appearance. Here's Dave Smith. He's sitting on 6 saves. He's got 1 bluey. He's been good, but we have already overused him. This is his 13th appearance in game 21. Ay, ay, ay. We got to dial it back. He's going to face Simmons, Kemp, and Worth. Now, there should be some junk runs coming here. That's all I can say. Smith strikes out Simmons. 1 out. Ground ball in the hole at second. Whitaker can't get a hit, but he's still playing good defense. We're down to the final out. No. Fly ball to left. We've won both games so far this series, and neither one of them we deserved. We'll take it. 4-1. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks. All right. Is there any trade offers? It's certainly thinking about it. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Thinking some more. Ruminating. Stewing. I mean, seriously? There better be a trade offer. Come on. What's the deal? I mean, it's really putting together a great deal. Oh my God. Okay. Holy shit snacks. This is all the junk the Royals have to offer. And they want Mark Leiter, who has a 92 endurance. Oh, 92 health. He's the healthiest player on our team. And they want to give us BIP, crap, garbage, garbage, crap, crap, and garbage. No. There's no advantage for us doing this. The only thing that would be okay is that we're getting a bunch of people to kind of fill up our minor leagues as we're trading away a lot of like 2-for-1s and 3-for-1s. So, you know, we are losing some people. Everybody here is pretty young. But there's nobody here. I mean, we would just do the... You can't count Jim Scranton. You can't count Luis Silverio. You have to just take these 4 guys. So here's an outfielder who's 19. Carl Nichols, who can catch and play first. Mike Brewer, who had a couple good years. Oh, I guess he had 1 year where he had 13 home runs in our sim. He can play left and right. Yeah, I mean, we would just basically be giving up Mark Leiter for Bip Roberts. What's Bip Roberts look like? Oh, he can't play anywhere. Defensively, he's terrible everywhere. He's got great speed, though, and a good contact hitter. I mean, that's a guy I wouldn't mind having on our team, but he can't play anywhere defensively. All right, so that's a no thank you. Was there another one? No. Okay, that was a big trade offer. All right, let's look at the standings. Yeah, we've won 2 in a row. Blue Jays continue to win. They've won 5. Indians have won 4. The Brewers, they made, I mean, if you're going to finish in last place with Hagari, you may as well trade them. You can finish there either way. Take a look at the National League. There you have it. Headline news, Brainiac baseball delivery. Jerry Uger limits Chicago to 3 hits. All right. Detroit passes the Yankees with a 4-1 win. Dan Petry might be the player of the game. Let's take a look at transactions. Anything new? Oh, there is a trade among the Phils and the Cubbies. All right. So here's Glenn Gulliver, who started the sim on the Tigers. We traded him to the Cubbies, and he's been great, although he seems to get injured a lot. He's currently injured. He got 1 game and he got injured. He goes to the Phils, so we don't really know what he's going to do for them. Okay. And in return, the Cubbies get Domingo Martinez, potential, and Chris Jones, some potential. So 2 schlubs for a starter. And also Dave Henderson had a 20-game hit streak come to an end. Dave Henderson, the real deal in this game, batting .373. Look at his job out there in the outfield. So good. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Don't forget about the 2 sports card videos we did. We opened up a box of 2024 Topps and 1989 Bowman Rack Pack. So check those out. I'll put a video right here, I think. Player of the game, I think I'm going to give it to Dan Petry. He did not get a decision here, but he kept us in the ball game while we were getting no hit. Unfortunately, Stefan Wever takes a loss. He walked 7, and he actually walked in the go-ahead run, which is just dumb. But because he didn't give up hits, he had to give up the walks. That's the way the game is designed. So we hung in there long enough for him to be his own worst enemy. Todd Fisher gets the win in his very first appearance as a Tiger, and Dave Smith gets his 7th save. A flawless 9th inning. All right, that'll do it. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 3 of the series. Until then, everyone, have a great day.